Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Ryan Fenners. Welcome back to the Fentertainment channel. On today's video, we're going to be installing a universal power window kit in one of my pickup trucks. Now, this truck still comes with the manual window crank. So anytime I'm at the bank teller, the mailbox, the fast food joint, I'm still rolling the windows up, rolling the windows down. In this video, I plan on giving you guys some tips and tricks to help your install go a lot easier installing this kit. Now, everything is included in this kit, from your switches to your motors and the wiring diagram. All right, so the first thing we're pulling out, this is gonna be all your wiring kits and your switches here and the switch mounting plates. It comes with templates to be able to trace out on the door so you know where to cut properly. The next thing, these are your motors here. You just see you have a blue and a green wire. They are reversible. You have power and ground one way, it'll turn the motor one way. Add power and ground the opposite way, it'll turn the motor the opposite way. These are very flexible for mounting, and that's your motor here. Now, how this mounts and makes a power window kit function is these are your adjustable gears. These go onto the window crank mechanism themselves, and it allows the motor to turn that mechanism for you. These are covers to cover your door mechanism on your door panel once you have everything installed. It comes with a user's manual. This is the hardware on mounting the electric motor to the door, and it comes with a door panel manual tool, so in case one of these motors ever go out, you can still pop off this door panel access cover here and rotate the manual windows by hand. So everyone's door panel is going to be different. However, everyone's door panel is going to be about the same as well. Now, what I mean by that is, with your window crank here, we need to remove it first. Now, this crank here does not have a screw into the center of it here, and some may have it, yours may have it. So be sure to look for any type of cap that you can pull off. This one is a solid piece, so there is no cap. There's no screw to be pulled off when you're removing this crank here. And with that being said, I'm using a crow's foot. You can use a flathead screwdriver. You can use a, they have a door panel removal tool. Now I'm gonna go to another clip here of where I was removing this window crank when I installed the power door locks on this truck here, to explain a little bit further. Now, on this lever, a lot of people don't show you this online, is there's a clip right here. This clip here is going to hold this right here piece on. But a lot of times on these videos, they don't show you actually how to remove this right here lever. And I'm gonna show you that. But first of all, we're gonna actually install the little clip inside of the lever itself. So it's on there, it's not coming out, you can't drop it out or anything. And basically you just take it and push it on here. Okay, so it's not gonna come off of here. Once it's on here, it's not gonna come off until you remove that clip. We're gonna take that into the clip itself. We always wanna put your hand below where you're working, because these little clips tend to fly off if not. And that one just did. Actually, it's on the ground, but there's my window crank. So you're gonna have to do that in that order before you remove your door panel. So just note, these right here just don't slide on and off that easily. We have both motors laid out, and you can see the DC motor on each mechanism here is faced on the inside and the outside here. And also you can tell you have two large risers, two medium risers, and two small risers. Each one of these is per door. You also have two sets of the same exact gears here. This set here and this one is for one door. This set here and this one is for another door. So don't let that confuse you. Next, we're going to go ahead and show you how to match up these right here per door. You got your small one, which is too short. The medium one, in our case, which is too short. And the long one here. And this fits great. However, it does not fit the shaft. This outside piece here fits into the shaft of the motor perfectly, like so. So this set of gears here is for the window crank, and to test which gear goes on here, we're just going to slide them over till we see which one fits perfectly. That don't fit. That don't fit. That fits pretty good, so we know we got the third one here. So we go ahead and break that away from the set here. Okay, there's some things I want to point out about these three pieces here. On this middle section here, which is the middle length first gear, this is the one I've decided I'm going to use. You can see there is a flat spot on one side there. On this middle gear, the inside gear here, there's also a flat spot on the very top there. So what we want to do is to align both of those flat spots together, and there's a reasoning behind that. Inside of this bag here, you see there's some tiny screws. There's also these two rings, but if you look closely here, there's also two, looks like a 1/2 inch long screws. Those screws there that are 1/2 inch long, there's only two inside this little bag, so don't go ripping it up if you order this kit here. These two screws here is going to fit into that groove there and lock this inside gear to this outside gear. Just like so. Next, you see we have a bunch of little screws, and we have these two rings right here. So once we have the gears together, the gears is going to fit inside this motor from the back. Now it can only slide from the back of either direction, but it's not going to slide all the way through. And if you can barely see here, on this outside gear, there is a ring indented into the gear. That ring is for one of these rings here that looks kind of like a keychain. It fits into place there and allows this ring to stay in place into this gear here. So there you go. This ring is in place, as you can see there. Now, in order to mount this motor to the door here, and this is the one that mounts to the gear crank of the window mechanism, we're going to use our mounts here. Now, these mounts will attach into place. You can put them between these two spots here, and we use these screws, these tiny Phillip head screws, and we screw them down in there. Once we have them where we want to in the vehicle, then we take some self-tapping screws and we run them down between these holes in the door itself. Now, the first step is to place the motor onto the gear mechanism here. Slide it all the way into place. It's all the way down. I decided to go with this short or the middle length shaft here because I believe it gave more real estate to the inside gear, also to the shaft itself for the window crank. That's why I went with that one instead of the longer one, because the longer one had extra room. The inside shaft could slide in or out. Okay, I repeated the same process for the motor itself. However, the holes on the motor was on the underside of this unit. Now, before you mount your motor and everything in the exact location, be sure to look at your door panel and make sure it's going to fit the door panel itself so the door panel doesn't hit it. Alright, so I've put the door panel back on temporarily to address the next couple of points here. Number one is, on my door panel, this hole is oval. It's not a perfect round hole. In the kit, they give you a couple of these round pieces here. These are the covers here, and these right here fit on from the inside of the door panel. But in order to install these, make this hole round, so these right here insert pieces can fit from the outside, or from the inside to the outside, and the cover pieces will go into place. Number two is, I've seen some people mount these switches here on top of that. I don't want to do that because I don't want this right here moving gear to interrupt anything of this switch here. I don't know if it will or not. You know what? It might not. However, I think what would look cool is to have this switch here mounted above on this handle, and I'll show you what I mean here. I'm thinking this switch would look really good mounted right there. My hand's already resting on the spot anyway, and if we can go ahead and make this right here both the window switch buttons, it'll also kind of hide it away from the door panel, and I don't have to reach around this, you know, beside my leg to be able to hit the switches. Alright, so this is the main wiring harness. I have it laid out inside the bed of my truck. I'm going to show you what we have going on here. The side with 3 wires, it's got 2 browns, a brown with a red, and a red. This right here is going to go on the passenger side. The 2 browns, the black and the red, is going to go on the driver's side. This is going to be your ground and your power, and you want to access to ignition only. You don't want to run constant, because then you'll be able to roll your windows up and down when the truck is off, and you could possibly kill the battery. Alright, so I have this aluminum wire here. It's kind of like a fish tape. What I did before I stuck it through this hole here is I took the tip of it and bent it around so it came back on itself, so the very tip wouldn't be poking any of this rubber stuff here and getting caught up when I pushed it through. It had a rounded end on it, so I could push it all the way through to exit the very top. Now I've had the wire here coming out of the dash. You can see the wire down here, the way this is ran, and I've got it taped onto that piece of aluminum rod. And what I'm going to do now is gently pull it out of the bottom, run it into the door jamb, so to have a nice clean look. Last step I need to do is go ahead and run it into the door. Try and do this one-handed. Place this boot back into place. It'll click in place. And it's very nice looking. There's no wires exposed. That's how to do it properly. Alright, so we have the motor wires here off of the motor itself. We have the wires we just ran from interior of the cabin of the truck. The door panel here has these 2 connectors, or well, you have the blue and green wire that will hook to the blue and green wire here of the motor, and the switch here hooks to the switch wires that's going to power and to also power the other side of the other door. Now what happens is, this comes with a female plug or a male plug, whichever you want to call it, and it comes with an opposite plug as well that'll plug in there, and we just put these wires inside of this plug to match these wires. So we know red is at this top side here, so we want to put it on the opposite top side there. Okay, just slide it in place. The black wire goes up underneath it. like so. And look at these wires carefully, guys, because if you're going to buy this kit, this top wire here is brown with a red stripe. This lower wire here is just brown. So the brown with the red stripe goes at the top, and the all brown wire goes at the bottom. To install these wires here, they come with bullet connectors, males and females. Let's go over this right here real quick. Generally, you will slide green into green, blue into blue. Now, I'm not sure which way the switches are face. So if I put blue into blue and green into green, and I hook my power up, if I hit up on the window switch and the window goes down, and I've hit down on the window switch and the window goes up, either I can remove these switches and turn them around backwards and put them back together, or I can just disconnect these two wires here and connect green to blue, blue to green. You won't know that until you get everything connected, but that's the easier way of doing it. Alright, now the door panel is already installed. As you can see, we already have the crank covers put on and in place. We have the switches mounted right here. That's up. That's down. And you have to hold it. There's no automatic on these. Is it fast as factory? No, it's not. Is it as quiet as factory? No, it's not. The reason is this is a motor that's controlling the manual crank style that you already have in your vehicle. So if your manual crank windows make noise when you roll them up and down, well, the power windows is going to make the same noise as well. And this truck right here is 16 years old in 2020. So with that being said, I probably need to replace the cranks that's in this door here, the actual manual window regulator. But this right here works for both windows. I got the passenger window going up, and this is your driver's side window going up. For 60 bucks on Amazon, you can't beat it. Again, I'll put the link down in the description below. And don't forget to check out some of these other great videos. Be sure to subscribe to the Fintertainment channel if you haven't already. Like this video, share it with a friend. And until next time, guys, we'll see you later.